Alright, what you're looking at is going to turn out to be a pinhole leak in a section of 3/4 inch galvanized pipe. 98-year-old galvanized pipe. That's how old my house is. And I know exactly what I'm going to find when I get down there, because I've had the problem before and I've fixed it using fiberglass repair tape. This particular brand is Dura Power. It works very well. I've used it several times over the years, so I know exactly what I'm going to find when I get down there. So I'm going to show you that repair, how to prepare the rusty pipe, because the pipe's not going to look like this at all. It's going to be completely encased in rust. But I'll show you how to get that rust off and prepare the rusty pipe for the tape to make the repair. And this is going to work. It's not a, there's no question, you know, this is not a video seeing if it will work. This is a video showing you how it will work. This is good stuff. Alright, so first step is to get to the water meter to shut off the water. Alright, here's my water meter. If you don't know where yours is, it's probably up by the street in front of your home. Water key, one end of it has a little U-shaped end. That valve right there is the one I want to turn off. That's the one that turns water on and off. Right now, the top of the valve, the water going into my house is going through the pipe through here this way, and the top of that valve is in line with the water line coming in. So I want to put my water key over that valve, turn it to the right so that that valve is perpendicular or across from the water supply pipe. And you can hear the water when you get it just right. You can hear that water shut off. So that's a little past perpendicular, but the water is off. Alright, so that's how you shut your water off. And if you have a deep well, then there'll be a valve somewhere that you turn off, but the water has to be shut off before you can make the repair. Now let me go find that leak. Alright, I found the leak, and this is going to be an interesting repair. I thought it was going to be run of the mill, but you can see that tape down there. That's old tape from a previous repair, so I'll explain that in a minute. But what you're going to need, or what I use to clear away the rust and get it prepped for the new tape, a pair of channel lock pliers. That is a rotary die grinder with a wire brush attachment. A Dremel tool would work with a wire brush attachment if you have that, or you can use a handheld wire brush. I've got some wet dry sandpaper and some clean water to wash off the pipe once I get it nice and clean. Alright, so let me figure out how I'm going to set this camera up to film while I'm taking off the rust. Alright, so hold on. Alright, this tape is from a previous repair, and I remember this one because this is the side of my septic tank right here, and it was kind of tricky to get in there, but the new leak formed right at the edge of the tape. And I pulled this tape back a little bit. You can see the hole right there. And I remember the first time I did one of these repairs, when I dug it out, you can see how fat the pipe is right here. And I'd never seen a rust encrusted pipe like that, so I thought, what the heck is this and what do I do with it? To get that rust off, what I would recommend, rather than beating on it with a hammer, which you can do because it comes off pretty easy, but I was worried about putting more stress on the pipe, so I use a pair of channel lock pliers, get it on a wide grip, and put just enough pressure, squeeze a little bit and twist it, and you can see that rust will come off rather than beat on it, because going by the directions on the tape, you need to apply the new tape 2 inches to either side of the hole. So I've got to go up, up into here and up into here. So the test, which again, I thought this was just going to be a run-of-the-mill repair like I've done before many times, but what's going to be tricky about this, and I don't foresee it being a problem, but I'm going to be putting new tape over what is probably, who knows, 8-10-year-old tape. Alright, so this is a little less stress on the pipe, I think, rather than beating on it with a hammer. Alright, so next, I'm going to take that rotary tool. You won't be able to hear me too well probably, and I'm going to knock off whatever rust I can with this, if I get power. Oh, and My dumb butt. Hold on. Entertain yourselves. I gotta go plug in the extension cord. Alright, here we go. Alright, now I'm gonna use the handheld wire brush because I wasn't able to get that tool underneath the bottom too well. Alright. Now the wet dry sandpaper. One thing I didn't mention previously, before you shut the water off, it's a good idea to reserve some clean water. I have my kitchen sink full of water. I have a 5-gallon bucket in my bathtub full of water to use to flush the toilet. And I have a 5-gallon bucket outside. So make sure you got some fresh water before you shut the water off, because you're going to need fresh water to soak. You're going to need fresh water to rinse it off like this. You may need it inside, you know, for household stuff. But that should do it. I'm going to clean it up a little bit more right here. I see some rusting right here. But then I'll be back to show you putting on the tape. Alright. Alright, here we go with the tape. Again, it is Dura Power Pipe and Hose Repair Kit. It's an air-activated fiberglass tape. I bought it at Lowe's. Each pack costs about $10. The only thing that comes in the kit are gloves and the tape itself in this aluminum pack. You tear that open, take your tape out, and there it is. There's the start of the tape, which I don't need yet, but I'm going to throw it, put it in clean water. Another reason to reserve clean water, 20 to 30 seconds, and then take it out and start to wrap it. And then after you have it wrapped that initial time, every 2 minutes or so, you go back and tighten down on it again before it completely cures, which is 30 to 40 minutes. And get that out of the way. Then you can put another coat of tape before first coat cures, again in 30 to 40 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do, 2 coats, alright? So we're looking at about 30 seconds. There's the tape. Oh, let me lay down in the mud. Hopefully you're going to be able to, hopefully I'm not going to block it too much. There's the hole, obviously. So I'm going to start. Tape itself is, I believe, is 2 inches wide. So I'm going to start right on the edge of the hole. Once you make sure you got that first piece on tight, and I can't put much pressure on it when I'm pulling down or pushing down, but when I'm pulling up, that's when I can pull it tight. Alright, I'm almost at the end of this roll. Pull that nice tight. And remember, I was going this way. And the directions say for approximately 15 minutes. Come back every 2 minutes and do that. Twist down on it as it cures so that you can keep it tight. Alright. So every 2 minutes I'm going to come back, twist down and tighten on it. And then once I've done that, I'll come back with a second roll of tape and show you that. Alright, here we go. Second roll of tape, 20 to 30 seconds. I kept twisting on that one like the directions said. One part of it says keep doing it till it gets tacky, another says for 15 minutes. So it got really tacky at about 10 minutes, so I stopped. I mean, tacky to the point, this is my new set of gloves, but it got tacky to the point that it started to tear that first set of gloves, so I stopped. But I twisted down on it probably 4 more times. Alright, so here we go. 30 seconds later, here's the new roll of tape. Alright, I'll come back every 2 minutes for a little while. Keep twisting like that. And then a few hours from now, I'll cut the water back on and show you that it worked. I have all faith. Just make sure you get that metal clean. And I don't like to put, you know, this is so brittle, and I'm scared that if I put, you know, too much pressure on it with that grinder, that brush, that it's going to put another hole in it. So anyway, I'll be back in a few hours to show you that this worked. Alright, 2 hours later, water's back on and no drips. So the new tape adhered to the old tape and adhered to the pipe that I cleaned off. So if you run into that situation with rust encased pipe, just be careful cleaning it off. Get this stuff at Lowe's. Dura Power pipe and hose repair kit, 10 bucks. I used 2 of them again, and that's worked for me every time. This is good stuff. So just to prove to you that my water is back on, there you go. It is pressurized. And don't forget to plug in your extension cord. Oh, and there's my homemade tripod that held my iPhone while I was doing the filming. Alright, so hope this helps you. Kind of rambled on a little bit in the middle, and video was a little longer than what I planned, but hey, I'm just an average guy trying to help somebody out. So anyway, hope it helps you. Peace out.